You ever eat some nuts or seeds and then you feel very heavy or full or like a brain fog, or you feel like you have indigestion, or they're just maybe like they're not digesting? A lot of times if you get like mixed nuts that are cooked, like honey roasted peanuts or just mixed nuts, even if they're organic and they're roasted and salted, you can have them repeat on you. That doesn't happen to me. I just feel like more full or swollen or like a brain fog. So for the first time ever, I've been meaning to do this for 10 years, soaked nuts and seeds. So what we did was we soaked nuts and seeds, pecans, Brazil nuts, walnuts, hazelnuts, pumpkin seeds, cashews. Did I say Brazil nuts already? And soaked them for about 8 hours, changed the water, soaked them overnight. Now these are drained ones, so I'm going to take these drained nuts, put them in my dehydrator, and I'm going to test it out. I'm going to see, but supposedly when you eat soaked nuts, you don't have a lot of those symptoms, like the digestive symptoms, the brain fog. You're removing the phytic or phytic acid, depending on how you want to say it. Everyone says it different, which is an anti-nutrient. There's a lot of supplements on the market now that you can take a supplement that will protect you against the phytic acid. But you could just soak your nuts and seeds and that's going to remove it as well. So these I'm going to make into crackers that are low carb and totally perfect for a weight maintenance and actually a very extreme fat loss diet. So I will come back with the crackers and let you know how I feel after eating these. Okay, so the nuts and seeds were soaked. Then I soaked 2 cups of golden light colored flax seeds. And I have all this celery, peppers, carrots. There was an onion. There was tomatoes, that's what it is. So I washed all that in the soaking method, scrubbed each piece, blended that, blended all of the vegetables, and pizza seasoning and taco seasoning, salt, nutritional yeast, blended that, made a paste, and now I'm spreading that paste onto the dehydrator trays. And then these are going to dehydrate at probably the highest temperature because they're kind of thick for crackers. And I will have crackers around tomorrow morning. So just to go over the steps, soak the nuts and seeds overnight, wash all the peppers, tomatoes, carrots, celery, soak the flax seeds just for an hour, probably should have done 2 hours, blended all of the seeds, the soaked nuts and seeds from the other batch, the vegetables, different spices. You can do all different spices. You want pizza seasoning's nice, taco seasoning's nice. You could just do garlic, salt, and pepper. Blended all that. And now it's on trays and it's going into the dehydrator. So let me show you that. Let's just go. Bam. So this is the Excalibur Dehydrator. This is the industrial one, I want to say. So these are the nuts and seeds, just plain old. My boyfriend doesn't want them flavored with anything. He's a purist to the core. So this is really for him. I will only eat these if I smother them in honey and salt because I am not a purist. I'm like a drug addict compared to this guy. So there you have it. It's going in the dehydrator and I'll show you the crackers later. Alright, so we're doing this again. We're making nut butter. This always cracks me up. Making cashew, almond, and flaxseed nut butter with soaked nuts. I'm going to make a company called Soak My Nuts. Maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. So what I did was I took raw almonds and I soaked them for about 8 hours. And then I rinsed them and then I put them in my dehydrator. I have the Excalibur Dehydrator. So these are cashews and almonds. They've been now fully dehydrated for, God, at least 15 hours, which is probably overkill. But I had to shoot a Colgate commercial in New Jersey, so these are dehydrated. So I'm going to put these in a bowl, and then I'm going to blend them. And I'm also going to soak some flax seeds, because this is going to be cashew, almond, and flaxseed nut butter with dates and salt. So this is the reason why am I doing this? Because if you soak your nuts, you're going to remove the anti-nutrients, the phytates or phytates, depending on how you say it. And that can help with digestion. That can help you to absorb more nutrients because we are not just the foods we eat, we are the foods that we absorb and assimilate. So if you're one of those people that gets a little bit foggy minded or stomach aches, we all get different symptoms when we eat certain things. I'll get kind of foggy minded or tired from things. I get like emotional symptoms or sore throats, whereas my boyfriend gets like stomach problems and doesn't get foggy minded. So it's funny. So we all get little symptoms and little warning signs when we eat things that possibly aren't good for us. So we're going to do the next step, and I'm going to show you the flax step next. All right, so this turned out to be about 7 cups of almonds and cashews that were soaked and dehydrated, ready to go. Now, I keep my flax seeds like this. I get them in a bag at Whole Foods, and I'm going to use 1 cup. I'm going to do a little over 1 cup of flax seeds. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the gym for about 2 or 3 hours. I'm going to soak the flax seeds in filtered water. So I got my filtered water right here. Let's get that going. Don't you love my professional filming? Just doing enough water to cover the flax seeds. So these babies are soaking for 2 or 3 hours. We're going to come back after they're soaked. I'm going to make sure that it's a little bit gelatinous and it's not too watery. Otherwise, I'm going to have very watery nut butter. Who wants watery nut butter? Well, I'm fine with it. So we got this. We'll come back. We're going to blend this all together. We're going to add, by we, I mean me, but I guess we're all together now. I'm going to have maybe like 4 or 5 dates to make it a little sweet. And I'm going to add some sea salt and some pink salt. So we'll be back. Adding in 4 dates, and you see after 3 hours, the flax seed has absorbed a lot of the water. Going to add it to the 7 cups. Now it's been 3 hours. The flax seed has absorbed the water. And I'm going to add in 4 dates. Okay, so we added 6 dates total. Adding in half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And already added in 1 teaspoon of salt. I had to add in 2 cups of water because you can mess up your blender if there's not enough liquid in the Vitamix. So here we have 7 cups of cashews almonds that have been soaked and dehydrated, 1 cup of flax seeds that have been soaked, half a teaspoon cinnamon, 1 teaspoon salt, 6 dates. Recipe is going to be listed in the guidebook, and it's going to be all blended up, and it's going to be spread on sheets and dehydrated into crackers. Do you want to have crackers, but you don't want to have carbs? Well, right here. So what I did was I blended up cashews and almonds and soaked flax, and I put in a blender, and then I put on my dehydrator trays and I made crackers, and on top of this cracker I put peanut butter. Peanut butter is a little bit inflammatory, so if you have some serious issues going on, pain issues, possibly cancer issues, anything like inflammation, which is responsible for so many diseases or bad symptoms that then get diagnosed as diseases possibly. You don't really want to have too much peanut butter because it tends to be pretty inflammatory even if you get Valencia. So you can make your own crackers too that are super low carb by just blending up a soaked nut. Ideally, you want to soak the nuts first for 6 to 12 hours. These are just cashews and almonds. You could do whatever nuts you want. Then you blend them, again with water just in case you missed that. Put them on dehydrator trays, and then boom, you got your own homemade crackers. And dehydrators can run you somewhere between $50 to $300. I would definitely say it's worth it, or you're going to spend a lot of money getting those low-carb crackers. You can make them yourself. You can make a bunch, and it's a good investment. And you can put almond butter on it instead. It's less inflammatory.